Are you tired of procrastination and struggling to become productive? Do you find it challenging to focus on your goals? Productivity is often viewed negatively, with people assuming that being productive means constantly rushing and completing tasks. However, being productive means much more than just completing tasks and projects. Productivity is a state of mind and attitude. In this summary, you will learn the true meaning of being productive and how to better manage your time. You will also learn how to handle failure and view it as an opportunity to learn. You should consider failure as a means to learn and persist in whatever you do. Filter out non-essential tasks and focus only on what's important. Time is your most valuable resource, so spend it wisely. Additionally, you will learn ways to boost your productivity. This doesn't just mean working constantly, it also involves understanding how to take breaks. Apply the lessons from this summary to real-life situations and learn to live life to the fullest. This summary will transform your mindset from "I can't do this" to "How can I do this?" Start asking yourself how to become more productive. Learning the basics is the first step towards productivity. Many people fear the term productivity because they think it means doing difficult work. They believe that being productive is impossible because they always end up losing. This is true. Many people procrastinate and become even more unproductive. However, this has nothing to do with productivity and everything to do with how you work. Productivity is a slow and straightforward process. Before mastering it, let's understand it. Productivity means making progress. It means setting a goal and then working towards it step by step. To be productive, you don't need to complete your goal or reach it. You just need to move forward with time. Productivity focuses on the art of working, not just completing goals. People often assume that being productive means working efficiently. They think that being productive and working better are the same things. However, working efficiently is just one part of being productive. To become productive, you need to master two things: working efficiently and being creative. Creativity and efficiency combined create productivity. The more creative you are and the better you work, the more productive you will become. Creativity doesn't mean being an artist. It means being able to question your problems. You should be able to look at things from different perspectives and find ways to solve them. Asking questions helps you come up with new ideas. It helps you see why things aren't working and identify the problem from within. Let's take an example. Suppose you're a sales manager responsible for increasing store sales by 10% every month. Most people would make a list of ways to increase sales. Then, they would focus on the goal and make plans to achieve it. However, a creative person looks at things differently. They don't make a list of ideas, they make a list of questions. To increase sales, you need to ask yourself how to do it. Then ask why your sales aren't increasing, and what things can help increase sales. Asking the last question will help you identify what's slowing down your sales growth. You'll see that some techniques aren't working, and then you'll find ways to solve those problems directly. Maybe your sales staff isn't motivated to sell. To solve this, you could start giving bonuses to people who sell more than their quota. Maybe not enough customers are visiting your store, so you could advertise more to attract people. The second factor of productivity is efficiency. If you don't use your techniques efficiently, your creativity won't be of much use. Efficiency requires a smooth system and process. Low-level work requires less attention, while high-level work requires more detail. Low-level work refers to routine activities you do daily, such as exercising, eating, sleeping, and reading. It's essential to keep low-level work under control. If your schedule is in order, you'll be able to focus more on high-level work. You don't need to pay much attention to low-level work because you've already mastered it. High-level work refers to activities you do occasionally, such as the goals you set for yourself and the work you'll do now or later. These activities require more attention because they're new to your body and mind. You're not used to doing these activities, so whenever you do them, you need to focus entirely. Paying attention to both low and high-level work will eventually lead to fatigue and stress. You can't stress about every little thing, so you need to ignore things that are less important. Low-level activities are things that aren't essential to your goals, but can affect your daily life. To avoid unnecessary stress and hassle, it's crucial to be productive when doing these activities. If you maintain your productivity consistently, it will increase manifold. You don't always need to be very productive, but you need to be consistent. Remember, consistent 5% progress is better than occasional 40% progress. You don't need to take big steps, you just need to make progress every day. Time management is one of the essential skills you need to learn to become productive. If you don't organize your time and stick to your schedule, you won't be able to work under pressure. However, most people misunderstand time management. They often make to-do lists and prioritize tasks based on deadlines. Neither of these helps increase productivity. Making lists and setting deadlines won't motivate you to work. Instead, it has a negative impact on your mindset. There are easier ways to complete tasks, and we'll discuss them later. First, let's look at the drawbacks of to-do lists. Many people make to-do lists to motivate themselves. They believe that writing down all their tasks will encourage them to complete them. However, to-do lists can actually lower your morale and motivation to work. Making a list of everything stresses you out, making you feel like you need to complete all your tasks. To-do lists force you to focus on the past instead of the future. You cross off tasks you've completed and add new ones. This doesn't track your progress throughout the day. You always feel like you have a lot to do because you keep adding new tasks to your list. Another problem with to-do lists is that they distract you from your focus. You write down various tasks, so you can't focus on which ones are most important. To be productive, you need to focus on fewer tasks. Most people think being productive means being busy all the time, but that's not true. Productivity isn't about doing more work. It's about how you handle your tasks. Don't take on more responsibilities than you can handle. If you do, you'll become unproductive and eventually burn out. Here are 5 easy steps to manage your time productively. 1. Make a short list of 5 tasks. Don't prioritize them. Just write down the first 5 things that come to mind. 2. Order your tasks. You don't need to complete them immediately. Work on each task for as long as you want, then move on to the next one. 3. Cross off tasks you've completed. You don't need to keep them on your list. Remove them to boost your motivation. 4. Keep doing this until you have only 2 tasks left on your list. Make significant progress before adding new tasks. This way, you won't feel overwhelmed or discouraged. 5. Add 3 new tasks to your list and repeat the process. This will help you complete more tasks without feeling pressured. Make a new list every day and start where you left off the previous day. To be productive, you don't need to complete your list. You can add unfinished tasks to your new list the next day. This represents a fresh start to a new day and your productivity. Focus on the present and don't worry about past or future activities. Only do what you can handle today. Making multiple lists is often discouraged because it can lead to frustration and stress. If you're worried about forgetting tasks, set reminders and add them to your list. Many people believe that failure is something to be ashamed of and should always be avoided. However, productive people don't fear failure. They understand the value of failure and the lessons that come with it. Failure is a normal part of life, and it's up to you to decide whether it's a good or bad friend. We all have friends who bring out the best in us or lead us down a negative path. Failure can do the same. It can lead you to success or push you down a toxic path. How you treat failure determines which path you'll take. Let's look at some examples to understand how failure can be both good and bad for you. Failure can be bad for you in 2 ways. Either you're too afraid of failure, or you're overconfident and think you can't fail. You might think that avoiding risks is the best way to live. If you don't take risks, you won't get hurt by failure. However, playing it too safe is a form of failure itself. You're failing to live life to the fullest and reach your full potential. Failure doesn't just mean not getting what you want. It also means not trying at all. Sometimes people fail because they're too confident in their skills. Why does this happen? Because their ego is so big that they forget to focus on the most important things. Failure can result from small mistakes that could have been avoided. On the other hand, failure can be good for you in 2 ways. In the real world, failure is not seen as a weakness, but as a stepping stone to success. Having a humble mindset can take you to great heights. If you view failure as a possibility or a fact, you'll never go wrong. Viewing failure as a possibility keeps you humble and calm. You know that you can fail at any time, so you double-check things and prepare well. As mentioned earlier, many people fail due to small mistakes. If you consider the possibility of failure, you'll eliminate that risk and prepare yourself with the necessary skills and knowledge. Finally, viewing failure as a fact means learning from your experiences. Experience is the best teacher, as they say. Failure is not something to be ashamed of or feared. Instead, see it as a lesson or a stepping stone. Everyone fails, but not everyone learns from their mistakes. Be one of those few people who fail, learn, and try again. Those who succeed are often those who have failed multiple times but never give up. Their stories inspire everyone because they've overcome challenges and achieved success in the end. Be one of them, and don't be afraid to fail. Remember to view failure as a possibility and a fact of life. Consistency has been emphasized as a crucial factor in achieving productivity. As discussed earlier, productivity requires consistent effort. However, being consistent alone is not enough to guarantee success. You need to consistently do the right things and periodically check if you're on the right track. If not, you might end up in a worse situation. People often assume that consistency is the only key to success. But if you consistently do the wrong things, will you achieve success? Remember, consistency is the final part of the process. The first part is understanding what's right. We've discussed the techniques and mindset required to be productive. Now it's time to learn about consistency. Once you consistently do the right things, you can achieve anything. If you master consistency, you'll find it easier to manage tasks you previously avoided. Consistency means not only motivating yourself to take action, but also learning to discipline yourself while moving forward. You won't always feel like working, but you need to motivate yourself despite the lack of desire. Have you noticed how some people quickly learn new things while others struggle? Do you know someone with a natural gift for their field, making success seem effortless? Those people have been gifted with natural talent and ability. However, if they don't combine it with consistency, their talent won't shine. Combining ability with consistency is the most important formula for success. If you don't have natural talent, don't worry. You can always make up for it by being consistent. To be consistent, you need to focus. As humans, we tend to switch between tasks, and our focus easily gets diverted, especially when we see something we like. Focusing on fewer things clearly helps us stay consistent. Don't let your attention wander. Keep your mind where it should be. Another reason people fail to be consistent is that they take on too much. They commit to more tasks than they can handle, leaving them with too much work and not enough time. Remember, there are only 24 hours in a day. You can't spend every minute working. You need to allocate time for yourself, your family, and your friends. Consistency means dedicating time every day to the tasks you've promised yourself you'll complete. Before starting a new task, ensure you have enough time for it. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure. The easiest way to do this is by making a list of tasks you've committed to. Create a checklist of what you want to achieve and keep it as short as possible. You don't need a long list of tasks that will exhaust you. Only commit to tasks you truly want to do, then allocate time for them. If you want to do something but don't have time, wait until your schedule clears up. Complete your current tasks before starting new ones. It's essential to prioritize quality over quantity. Don't set a goal to complete many tasks at once. Instead, focus on doing tasks well, which will help you complete more tasks efficiently over time. When you apply for a job, one of the most common questions asked in an interview is, what sets you apart from others? This question isn't asked to assess your skills, knowledge, or background, but to determine whether the work you'll do can be done by others or only by you. We all have unique skills and experiences that set us apart. However, some tasks are repetitive and routine, making them accessible to anyone. To become productive, focus on the tasks that only you can do. Let's consider an example. Suzanne is an entrepreneur who recently started a business in the real estate market. She sells houses and helps people find their dream homes. Suzanne spends most of her time meeting clients and showing them properties. She hired 2 more agents to help expand her agency. While they were all real estate agents, Suzanne was also the owner and CEO of the agency. In addition to real estate work, she handled administration and strategy. When the market was busy, Suzanne focused on selling more houses instead of growing her business. Understanding the tasks that only you can do will help you make better decisions in the future. To maximize your time, consider delegating tasks to others. Don't be afraid to ask for help if others are qualified. After identifying the tasks that only you can do, focus on allocating sufficient time for them. Remember, these tasks require your unique expertise. By becoming an expert in these areas, you can improve and earn more. By focusing on the work that only you can do, you'll reach the highest levels of productivity. Successful people don't reach their goals without feedback from others. Feedback is a crucial part of success. You need to learn to listen to others' opinions and apply them to your life. Feedback helps you track your progress and identify areas for improvement. It also brings you face to face with reality. Not all feedback is good, but you need to learn to accept it graciously. There are 2 types of feedback, positive and negative. Positive feedback motivates you to move forward, while negative feedback can be discouraging and make you feel far from success. Both types of feedback are essential for productivity. If you look at negative feedback from a different perspective, it can be a source of inspiration for improvement. Negative feedback is often associated with failure, but as you learned earlier, failure is not always a bad thing. It can be a stepping stone to success. View negative feedback as a good friend and a motivator to work harder. Continuously seek feedback, and don't just do it occasionally. Seek as much feedback as possible. You should always know where you stand in terms of success. Are you moving closer to your goals or further away? Is what you're doing enough, too much, or too little? The answer lies in feedback. To make the most of feedback, you need to understand it. If you don't understand what you need to work on, the feedback is pointless. Seek feedback and then act on it. Your goals should be your top priority. Being productive will only work if you're committed to your goals. Seek feedback and adjust your daily routine accordingly. It's essential to be flexible and adapt to changing situations. Let's consider an example. Suppose your goal is to save $25,000 by the end of the year. To achieve this, you need to work hard and be consistent. You use a financial tracking sheet daily to monitor your expenses. You notice that if you reduce your monthly expenses by $2,000, you'll easily reach your target. The financial tracking sheet is your source of feedback. It tells you where you stand in terms of savings. You analyze the tracking sheet, understand the input, and see that you can reach your goal before the end of the year. This guides you on what to do. The final step is to take action. Apply the information you've received to your life. Now that you know that saving on certain things can help you reach your goal, make a list of things you can cut back on to reduce your daily expenses. Live a simple life and shop wisely. Your goal should be your top priority. Being productive will only work if you're committed to your goals. Taking breaks and resting are often overlooked aspects of productivity. Many people don't believe in it, but pushing yourself to the limit is less important than taking breaks. Taking breaks and resting are essential for doing good work, especially when doing repetitive tasks. No one can work with a tired body and mind that needs sleep. It's better to listen to your body and rest for a while than to spend a week recovering from illness. Productive people often appear lazier than unproductive people. Unproductive people are busy doing everything at the last minute, while productive people complete their work step by step. They don't complain about time passing quickly. By managing their work well, they stay in control. Working continuously will only lead to stress and fatigue. Therefore, it's essential to balance your work with your personal life. Taking a day off is okay, but you should also take breaks during work and rest. Giving your body and mind time to recharge will lead to more productive results. Don't think that resting means wasting time. Consider it an investment in your health. You can take breaks in 2 ways, scheduled or unscheduled. Scheduled breaks are planned and fixed at a specific time of the day. Unscheduled breaks are taken when you feel tired or sleepy. You can choose which type of break works best for you or do both. It's your choice. There should be a 10 to 20-minute interval between work and break time. Your break time should be short and energizing. Your goal is to boost your energy, not decrease it. Spending too much time resting can make your mind lazy and distracted. 10 to 20 minutes is enough time to rest without diverting your mind from your goal. Another habit you should adopt is stopping work at the same time every day. When the clock strikes your fixed time, you should feel like stopping work. You should also spend your break time productively. A productive break doesn't mean eating while working. You should relax and rest completely. You should spend your break time wisely so that when you resume work, you're energized. Studies have shown that people who work during lunch are more unproductive than those who don't. This is because they get tired quickly and remain sluggish for the rest of the day. Taking short breaks keeps people productive throughout the day. Living a productive life means living life on your own terms. It doesn't include activities or projects that you're forced to do. It's only about doing what you want to do. If you don't believe in yourself, you won't succeed in anything. To become productive, the first thing you need is trust. Trust in yourself and your abilities to achieve your goals. You don't need to win to trust yourself. Failing doesn't mean you're not capable. Don't think negatively about yourself because of your mistakes. If you don't trust yourself, who will? Remember that there are limited hours in a day. We spend 8 hours sleeping, leaving 16 hours for productivity. The only difference between productive and unproductive people is time management. We all get the same number of hours every day. The thing is, productive people know how to use their time effectively. The first step to living a productive life is knowing what you truly want to do with your life. Your work and personal goals should align towards a common destination. What do you want to achieve in the next 5 years? What do you see when you envision your future? Having both long-term and short-term goals is essential. Be productive and work towards becoming what you want to be. Create a schedule and allocate time accordingly. To achieve your dreams, you need to stay motivated and disciplined. Be consistent and work according to your daily and long-term plans. You won't reach your destination immediately, but you will eventually. Remember that to-do lists don't necessarily boost productivity. To manage your time effectively, you should follow the 5-step rule. This technique will help you become more productive and discover what you enjoy doing. At the end of the day, you'll have a list of tasks you've completed. When you review the list, you'll see which tasks you should have avoided and which ones you didn't enjoy. For tasks you don't like, you can create a no list. Living a productive life means not wasting time on unnecessary things. A no list will help you avoid such tasks and allocate your time to what matters. By following these principles, you'll be able to live a more productive life, achieve your goals, and enjoy the process. Firstly, you learned about the basics of productivity. To be productive, you need to be creative and efficient. You need to question your goals and create systems to help you achieve them. Secondly, you discovered how to maintain a productive attitude. Your attitude towards life matters a lot when it comes to being productive. You need to view failure as a friend and be consistent in whatever you do. Thirdly, you learned how to choose productive tasks. Time is your most valuable asset, so don't waste it on things that others can do. Prioritize tasks that only you can do and seek help from others for the rest. Fourthly, you learned about the power of rest. Don't forget to take breaks and rest during the day. Productive people refresh their bodies and minds by taking breaks. Lastly, you learned that a productive life involves time management and setting priorities. You can live your life however you want. Don't waste your time on unnecessary things. Understand what you want to do and take responsibility for achieving it. Remember, we all have 24 hours a day. Your success, wealth, and happiness depend on how you spend your time. So apply what you've learned and start being productive from today. This book has provided you with a comprehensive guide to becoming productive. It's time to put these principles into practice and transform your life. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.